Hong Kong bans 11 pro-democracy figures from legislative election, Hong Kong Free Press HKFP.
Here's a summary of the article.
Joshua Wong and 11 other Hong Kong pro-democracy election hopefuls have been disqualified from running in the 2020 Legislative Council election. They said that lawmakers cannot promote independence or self-determination for Hong Kong, seek intervention from foreign governments, object in principle to the national security law or express an intention to vote down any legislative proposals, appointments, funding applications and budgets introduced by the HKSAR government after securing a majority in the Leg Co so as to force the government to accede to certain political demands. According to a letter shared by Gwyneth Ho, returning officer Amy Young cited her opposition to the Beijing-enforced national security law as a reason for ruling that she did not have a genuine and true intention to uphold the basic law. Joshua Wong said on Twitter wrote that the Kowloon East electoral officer said he had openly described the national security law as draconian, thus was deemed as not supporting the legislation. Returning officer Alice Choi wrote, "From my perspective, the real reason for the candidate to withdraw from Demosisto and for Demosisto to be disbanded is to evade punishment under the newly passed Hong Kong national security law." Wong said the election bans showed a disregard for the will of Hongkongers. #Beijing now staged the biggest ever crackdown on the city's election, by disqualifying nearly all pro-democracy runners, from young progressive groups to traditional moderate parties. Our resistance will continue on and we hope the world can stand with us in the upcoming uphill battle. Last week, electoral officers sent letters to more than 10 pro-democracy candidates containing questions about their political stance, including on the national security law and U.S. sanctions.
This post received a score of 15,000, with an upvote ratio of 96%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Note: number and title is not correct. As of 2042 HK time, there are 12 candidates being disqualified. I couldn't correct the title, and the article is still updating constantly when I posted it a few hours ago.
Are you able to pin this comment, or do you have to be a mod?
Use upvotes.
CCP always says that pro-democracy citizens are a minority. If they are not supported by voters, why not let them participate in the election? CCP is afraid of the people.
After knowing what happened in the district council election in late 2019, as well as the primaries in July 2020, they are afraid. After the district council election last year, I've been pretty hyped about the pan-democratic camp taking over the Leg Co in this year's election. Now I feel stupid to have believed that the government would just let us win.
Without massive economic sanctions on China, that will never happen. HK is lost. Slowly but surely they will snuff out any who oppose Winnie the Pooh.
Hate to break it to you, but it's not like China will just let go of HK because of economic sanctions. They'll double down to not look weak, and pass the economic downturn to their citizens. Best case scenario, the people revolt. Worst case scenario, China either heavy hands or honeys their way back.
This sounds crazy, but the Chinese have to put down local riots in the last decade. The CCP is not immune from the dissatisfaction of the overall populace. Also, this is why the CCP and the Russians trying to break up worldwide alliances. They know economic sanctions only work if a large enough bloc of countries work together. You're right that mainlanders protest reasonably frequently against local governments. I don't think there's much chance of them protesting the national government in support of Hong Kongers, though given the recent animosity. It won't be because of HK. It will be because their prosperity reverses. Once that happens, corruption and inequality will do the rest. No one riots when there is food on the table, your kid's future looks brighter than yours, and you feel like you are getting your piece of the pie. Take that away and it cascades through society.
Especially now. China has a middle class that consists of 400 million people. Those people have had a taste of the good life. If that gets taken away from them, that's 400 million people that are discontented. That's not nothing. The question becomes, where would they direct their anger? Would it be at their own government for creating the sour relationships that are causing prosperity to diminish? Or would it be at the international boogeymen that are putting forth the sanctions? What would the Chinese people buy into? There's no foregone conclusion.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.